Hey guys, I'm up in the Sacramento Mountains today. I have a special guest with me, my wife Sarah. We're walking around some of the canyons here and enjoying the beautiful day. She's gonna be deploying soon. She's going to Poland at the end by the end of the month. So this is our last chance to actually get out and do something together. And it's probably the only time you're ever gonna see her not in her OCP camis. So yeah, we're just spending time together, and this is one of the few times she's agreed to actually carry a rifle with me and not, for her job. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching. And before we get into the video, word from our sponsors of today's videos are Brownells, Nautilus Ammunitions, Good Camo, Locks and Company, War Dog UK, and others. I'm still trying to figure out how to link. I know you can do it in the description. I'm still trying to figure out how to link my link tree to the YouTube page itself, but I'm working on it. But Instagram for now, link in bio, all the different discounts I have, different discount codes and different percentages, and thank you to them for sponsoring and helping the page grow and just maintaining the page. Now with how growing the Instagram page again and having the channel, and the channel's slowly growing, without them it's not impossible, but it'd be much harder. So I really appreciate them helping out and contributing items and gear and stuff to help with the growth of the channel. So thank you to those guys. All right, the video I wanted to talk about today is camouflage selection, and not the area that you're in, but one of the camouflage considerations is the how the environment you're in may split up. So like right now, I'm around like a rocky area. There's a lot of wash area here in the forest, off of the sides of hills, and it's very rocky. And wearing a brighter green, like last week when I was up here with my KLMK, a brighter green or multicam tropic or something wouldn't blend in well, especially with these open canyon areas. Now see, a week ago when I was up here and I had my KLMK, it was green, bright green, vivid green. A week later, a lot of the grass in the canyons is drying up because it's getting to be the hot part of the season here, and it's not monsoon season yet, so it doesn't get as much rain as it will the end of the summer. Early fall here is really when it's like a bright, it's not a spring green, but it's a bright green, but it's changed. So that's a caveat to the video, is understanding your personal environment and or the area you're going to go in. Understand that and be able to plan accordingly, or plan your camouflage accordingly. Like I'm wearing my Cuban gray lizard because I knew we were going to be in and out of these canyons, a lot of shade, a lot of rocky wash area, as opposed to last week when I was up in a higher canyon on the east side of the Sacramento Mountains. It was a lot greener. You saw the in the video how green it was. So it's like you can't just have one camouflage for your specific environment because of how constantly it changes. Caveating to putting foliage and whatnot into your gear, into your uniform, into a ghillie, into something like that doesn't work, because once it dies, once it's dead, I mean, it'll take, for this kind of grass here, with being at almost 9,000 feet and with how sunny and warm it is, it'll be dead in 20-30 minutes, and then you'll just have brown streaks coming off of you, right? So planning your camouflage properly and understanding, and that's part of it's a, I've been seeing a lot of guys posting about it on Instagram right now, but what are you doing this summer? I think that should be part of your summer training and planning, is learning your AO and learning its environmental changes constantly. Not just, well, I live back east in Appalachia and I'm going to wear Fleck Tarn or M81 Woodland and it's good enough. No, you have to change your camouflages. Now, whether or not it's a fucking obscure camouflage like Cuban gray lizard or what, or like S2000 like what Sarah was wearing, and the reason I had her wear that is that's her set of cammies, and with the grays and the browns, it seemed like it was a pretty decent contrast for her to wear. Both of us trying it out. So that's why she was in the S2000. But yeah, just it's understanding and learning your environment and getting out there, and not getting out there and doing your 1R1s, or getting out there and doing your small unit tactics or stuff like that. You can do that, but that doesn't have to be the sole thing you do. You can get out there, just go sit, because that's a lot of what we do together as a family. The boys playing, we just sit and enjoy fucking nature. Get out there and enjoy nature and make observations. I.e., I've been up here in the last 2 months half a dozen times, close to, and I know we're leaving here, which fucking sucks. But I've gotten into the rhythm of learning. Like this year, we're lucky it isn't as dry as it was last year, where the entire national forest was shut down and everything was dry and brittle. This year, it's not like that. It's getting dry, but if you look at the weather forecast for the upcoming week, it looks like they're going to get some sprinkles and showers, which will help keep it from being closed, so before the monsoons. So learning the cycles and the patterns, and not just M81 for the majority of the year and then you put on your overwhites for the winter. It's not as easy as that, and that's one of the reasons why I use all these different odd camouflages that you might not easily be able to source here in the United States. And for uniformity's sake, I mean I don't even have a response to the uniformity thing. Like, if you want to be uniform and everybody wear the same thing, cool. Have it blend in with your environment, because AOR2 is only effective for a certain time of year. Like, I lived in Washington for 5 years, and when I was in the Navy, we wore AOR2 Type 3s when I was in. Yeah, I had my blueberries, and I actually got issued this was in 2012. I got issued M81 Woodlands full set with my name tape, US Navy with my name tape, and I had them for 2 weeks. Never wore them on post, but I was issued M81 Woodland before I was told to turn them back in, and then I was given my Type 3s. So I guess technically I was one of like the last batches, rates, MOSs of sailors to actually be issued M81. But beside that tangent. But in Lake Washington, it was green all year round. But there was a certain time of year where the Marines marpet that they were wearing, especially in the fall and winter, where it was still green because of where we were in Western Washington, is always wet and vegetated, it did not blend in. And we called them guacamoles because in that environment for 4-6 months of the year, it looked bad. Now the guys like in the Pine Contingency Group, where they wear M81 a lot, because they're up in the mountains towards the Cascade Mountains and the Cascades and the North Cascades and the Cascades and Mount Rainier and all of that kind of split Washington State in half. And in that whole forested mountainous area, M81 is a really good camouflage. So they use that primarily. They may mix and match, they may use solids, but you see those guys, they really wear M81 and it works. AOR2 works in very green spring, and depending on what kind of deciduous trees you have, where like the undersides are super bright, especially not rain wind, you know how leaves flip, but just wind, they blend in it blends in really well with like light undersided leaves, even fir with the light underside pine needles. But say you have a super dry year and everything starts getting darker, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. So going back to practice, learn, and observe your environment and make those changes. If you see a cool camo that you think might work in your environment and you can swing it, you got the money, fucking buy it and try it out. and have it. I'm not talking about getting a camo collection. Like I've heard so many guys say 6-color chocolate chip is trash, doesn't work. Bro, I use it out here. This is literally the desert between here and like Fort Irwin. This whole area, Bliss, Yuma, Fort Irwin in California. The U.S. Southwest is where it was fucking designed for, and that's why it works great. It's my desert camouflage now. I use Desert Tiger Stripe, but it's not the same because of how fucking rocky it is. It works with the horizontal lines, but with the spots like in chocolate chip, it works, right? So I practiced and I've utilized and I've observed and I've figured out what works. So kind of a consideration rant video. Pick something and try it out. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you've got a group and whatnot, don't go out with your group. Go out and try it by yourself. You know, there's a lot to be said to be able to go out and do stuff alone and be proficient in doing it alone. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Sarah for being in the video just a little bit. Dream, fantasy to be able to have her come out here with me. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed that, kind of. A little bit of a rant, rave, consideration. You guys have a good long weekend, all right? Have a good one.